Hi everyone, I'm Laurent Macquart and welcome to Reading with Macquart. Today I'm going to do the Booktube Newbie Tag because I'm super new here, so what better way is there to start? Now, I've got the list of questions, but I was looking at this and realized there isn't actually a question on this that just says, tell us something about yourself. It doesn't even say what's your name. So I figured I wouldn't start with question 1, I'm going to start with question 0, which is, tell us a little bit about yourself. So, as I said, I'm Laurent Macquart. I am originally from France, but have been living in Holland for a very long time, so I'm kind of half French, half Dutch, and I like to read, and next to reading, apart from reading, I do some sports, and I'm currently looking for a job, which is probably why I have time to start a booktube channel. We'll see about that. Now, the first official question is, why did you start this channel? Well, as I just said, I have the time right now, but I've been hesitating about making a channel ever since I started watching booktube, which is probably only about a year ago. And you know, it's like when you're a kid and you're watching these TV series and you're like, oh, I want to join this, and oh, later when I'm gonna be on that show, I'll do that. And this is actually, I think I could join, so why not? I think it'll be fun. And last weekend I saw the video with Lauren Wade and Simon SavageReads, in which Simon said, if you're hesitating about starting a booktube channel, just do it, you have nothing to lose. So I started one the next day. Second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? This is a horrible question. I think we're all unique. What is unique about, well, obviously my channel will have me and other channels don't have that, but what does that mean? Maybe the language thing, that I'm reading in French, Dutch, and English, and I am trying to read books from other countries as well. I'm trying to broaden my knowledge about the world. So maybe that's something I'll bring. We'll see. Third question is, what are you most excited about for this new booktube channel? I am excited about two things, I think, mainly. First of all, joining a community. I think that sounds lots of fun. I mean, already having friends is fun, but I think being part of a community, which is something bigger, that feeling of belonging, that I think that's going to be nice. And second, I'm hoping to learn how to have structured thoughts about books, because now I read and that's it. And I've already been, since January, I've been writing down more what I think about a book, and that already helps to deepen it a bit more, and I'm really hoping this will help more, but I'm a better talker than a writer, so I figured this might be a good medium. Fourth question, why do you love reading? Why don't I love reading? I always find it weird when other people don't like to read, but hey, I like to read because you can escape. I like to read because you can learn a lot about other things and you can get into other people's heads. Fifth question is, what book or series got you into reading? I think what got me into reading is probably my mum reading, and when I look back, when I was a child, I remember going to the library and getting all the Pinkeltje books. Every time I go, I'd be allowed to take 3 books, so I'd take the 3 books, and then the next day I'd read them all, and had to wait a week before I could get some new ones. And I remember when I was 9, my parents got me, because they knew it was a hype, the Harry Potter books, which I have got here. These are the first 4 that I got when I was 9. Actually, it was about the time when the 4th one came out. And these I have read so often in my early teens. I remember a week where I just read them all in 1 week. I could do these 3 each in 1 day, and then this one, it would take me 3 to 4 days. My youth. And then later on in my later teens, I really started loving Bernard Werber, which is a French author. I have got so many books by him. They're kind of science fiction-y and looking at how we live as a community. Love those. Actually gonna reread this one in not so long, is the plan. And then when I started uni, I read a little less because I was doing other things. And a few years ago, this book happened for me. And The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, which I have got in Dutch. This book really got me back into reading a lot. This was basically the portal back into reading world, and will always be grateful for this wonderful book for that. Also, a few years ago, I joined a book club in the city that I lived in, and that has also given me such a boost in discovering new things and not only reading happy fantasy. 6th question. What questions would you like to ask your favorite booktuber? I think if I met my favorite booktuber, I don't know what my favorite booktuber is. I like them all, the ones that I'm following. I think my first question would just be, what are you reading right now? And then I'd say, I started Booktube too! I think I'd ask how they saw their journey evolve from, starting out to where they're now. I'd be curious to hear about that. Last question. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will have to be overcome? I think the biggest challenge for me is going to be having regular videos. I think historically, when I look at, say, filling in a diary, a journal, I start super enthusiastically, knowing what it will bring me and happy about that. And then I do that for 2 or 3 days. And I'd pick it up a month later. I'd start again and say, I haven't written in a while. And then that would happen a second time. And then I'd be sad about the notebook being used for that. So I think that's going to be a challenge for me. I'm really curious to see how it's going to turn out. But I'm not planning on forcing myself. If it turns out I just make 3 videos, and I had fun doing those 3 videos, and then I'm like, not gonna do anything else, and that's fine. But we'll see. I'm curious to see how this adventure will go. That's it for now. There are no other questions on my paper, not even questions that I invented. So I will say goodbye and see you in my next video.